3, 2, 1. With the success of the Jet 420, expansion of the Velox lineup was inevitable, which means now we have a much bigger 560. As you can see by the look, this boat is all about fun and water sports, but it still utilizes a number of elements from the sport models. Of course, up front, we have a nice bow step that is covered in EVA foam, has a recessed 6.5-inch cleat, it has flush nav lights and a flush anchor roller, all with the idea that nothing's going to cause you to trip or stub a toe when you're getting in and out of the water from the bow. Velox models get their own unique vinyl colors and patterns, and you can see a bit of it here. Now this is an early production model, so we don't have the bow seat, but of course there would be a thickly cushioned bow seat here as well. But it does give us an opportunity to show you how much storage there is under the bow locker. On the smaller boats, there might be a fuel tank here, but on the Velox 560, the fuel tank is below deck. Console storage is big with easy access underneath the forward-facing seat. And I like how it's easy to get to the instrument panel in case you want to add any goodies later. And this is one of the funnest positions to sit in if you're just cruising around. You get a great view, and with this hull, which has a 22-degree dead rise, even if it gets a little bumpy, it's still going to be a comfortable spot to sit. Now the console, you'll notice, is mounted a little bit to starboard. And what this does is allow you to have a lot of room to move from bow to stern on the port side, with massive handholds in case it gets a little bumpy. Now the console, as you can see, is much, much bigger than the 420, which means you have a more substantial feeling, more room for electronics, and a little more wind protection with a wider windshield. And the helm seat, as you can see, is double wide. So we can fit 2 people at the helm. And this boat, because it's Rotax powered, comes with an 8-inch MFD for all of your engine data, speed, water temperature, and I find the boot sequence is very, very fast. And we have a nice proper cell phone holder that will charge the phone, so we can run Navionics from this side, which is probably plenty for a boat of this size. What's nice is the Fusion audio system is also standard equipment, and it comes with 4 speakers inside the hull. Optionally, if you want, you can get 2 more tower speakers to blast the beach when you're really having fun. There's even a handy storage bin below the wheel. Storage under the helm seat is ample for items you want to keep dry. And you'll notice the EVA foam is extended through the entire cockpit, including on the footrest, which makes it a little more comfortable than just straight fiberglass. The aft bench on the 560 is also double wide, but it has something the Sport doesn't, which are these unique side-angled cushions, which provide a little comfort when you're sitting close to the edge. And something the Sport models don't have are these pivoting seats. So we can pivot the helm seat to face aft, which gives you a great spot to put your feet. You can also pivot the aft seat and convert this to a large aft-facing sun lounge. And at the very heart of these Velox jet boats, of course, is the Rotax power plant. And in this case, we have 300 horsepower. This is a lot more power than the little 420. While the 420 is fun, this boat is unbelievable. It's not just the performance, but the handling that comes with jet, because you can push the nozzles in either direction and really push this boat around. But amazing how compact this 300 horsepower engine is. A lot smaller than a 300 horsepower outboard, I'll tell you. Now you'll notice there are big wide platforms here with 2 cup holders on each side, and you wonder, well, why are they so big and flat? Well, because they're going to help you get to the swim platform. Now the arch is standard, and of course it has massive handholds, which also assist you to getting to the back of the boat, because the Velox models have something that no other Highfield model has, and that is a full beam swim platform. This is something you just don't get with an outboard because there's a big engine in the way, but not with the Velox because the engine is underneath. Now this, of course, is a great spot to manage your boards, get your gear on and off, but when you push the backrest back, just look at how much more room you have to lounge around when you're at the beach. I mean, this just isn't something you can do with most Highfield sport style boats. And notice something else. The swim ladder is underneath the platform, so it's not in the way on top at all, which means you can put a board here or you can sit wherever you want. Now, if there's a small downside, well, it's storage underneath this compartment because instead of the outboard being on the back, taking up space here, underneath this is the engine. So there isn't a lot of storage under here, which is why we have storage forward on the boat. Now this boat is all about water sports. You know, you've got this big swim platform for getting gear on. It's going to be really easy to get in and out of the water. But there are some major advantages to jet over outboards. One, shallow water operation. We can drive this boat in less than 2 feet of water. And there are no propellers in the water for any risk of prop strikes. But the biggest change for jet is the handling. There is just no way an outboard can maneuver like this boat can maneuver. Let's check it out. There's two things when I get in this 560 Velox that I feel and notice right away. One is the size. It is significantly bigger than the 420. And that's because it's designed to take an entire family out. There's comfortable seating for 5, a little extra comfortable seating for 4. The second thing you notice right away is the motor. This is a lot more than 90 horsepower. It's 300. You can option this boat with the 230 horsepower engine. But I tell you, I would definitely get the 300. Now this might look a little bit like a sport model, and it has a lot of the same hull characteristics as the Sport 560, but it is a completely different boat. And that jet power is the main reason why. Sure, there are a number of really cool Velox design cues, but this boat, that engine, it's small, it's compact, it's very, very light, and it's extremely responsive. The fly-by-wire throttle gives you precise control over the engine as well. And as soon as you get behind the wheel, immediately you notice how fast the steering is. On an outboard motor, you're going around and around and around. You almost want to put a knob on it. But with a jet, it's a quarter turn in each direction. That's it. But you do need to add a little throttle if you want to make it turn. Watch this. Oh man, the throttle response on this 300 jet, it's instantaneous. And so is the 420 with the 90. It's very fast throttle response, but it doesn't have the punch this one has. I mean, just watch this. I'm just gonna it's like instantaneous. Man. Instant, but it's not uncontrollable. It's not abrupt. It's so precise. You can use your fingers to dial in just millimeters of it. But when you want to go, it just goes. And then there's the handling. Oh my Lord, you know, an outboard cannot touch this boat's handling. There are advantages to outboards, but when it comes to fun, the jet is just so responsive with thrust. You really can turn very sharply. And what I like is you don't feel unsecure. It's very, very stable. You've got the center of gravity dialed on this boat. So even if you ham fist the steering, even with maximum throttle, it's very difficult to get this boat to spin like most other jet boats. These big sharp tines just hold the hull in place and allow you to do some pretty cool maneuvers. I would say the only caveat is make sure you tell your passengers to hold on tight because, wow, the G-forces. This boat is so surprising in so many ways. You know, the 560 Sport has a great hull. It's got a 22-degree dead rise, so it slices really well through the water, especially heavy chop. But the Velox, its engine's not hanging off the back, so the boat's mass is a little more centered. So I think it slices even better because the bow's not going up and down on the waves as much as the boat is kind of going up and down together. You're getting more of the full V acting on the wave than just the bow. the boat rides very, very level. You don't get any bow rise and acceleration. You never lose sight of the horizon, which is really, really cool. So, how's the top speed? Wow! So we're getting about 53 miles an hour, but more importantly, the boat's not doing anything strange at 53. You notice zero tine walk, perfectly stable, not bow high, very comfortable actually. It doesn't feel like you're going 53, it feels like 45, but it hauls the mail. And I love the fact you don't have to worry about trim. You never, with an outboard, you're always messing with the trim, up a little bit, down a little bit. Most people think of inflatable boats as tenders, but this Velox 560, it's not a tender. It's a real boat. Like, it's a proper performance jet boat. Yeah, you have the big tubes, but they give you all of that form stability. You can put 10 people in this boat. It'll carry 2,700 pounds a year. You don't get that with a normal jet boat. And yet, at the same time, you don't need any fenders. If the kids are taking this boat around town to the dock, you're not worried about scratching the fiberglass because there really isn't any to scratch. You got these big tubes. It's by far the most fun inflatable boat that I've ever driven, and that's no BS. The symmetry between the engine and the boat, the hull, it's perfect. I'm trying to think of what I would add. I mean, a table maybe to eat from? I don't know, but great job, Highfield. I have a funny feeling the Velox lineup is going to keep getting bigger and bigger because, again, it's just so much fun.